What's up, man? You already know what it is, man. It's the raspy one, man. It's your boy Reese. I'm sitting next to the greatest co-host on the planet, Rick Jones.
Oh, Reese, man, you're far too kind. Man, listen, we recognize you can be tapped into anybody in the world right now, but you're rocking with your boys, Rick and Reese, and you already know.
We appreciate that.
I got my guy, my fam, Wesley Moore and Marky Moore, a.k.a. Parquet. Holla at us, man.
What's going on, fellas, man? What's good, man? It feels good to be sitting around the mic with y'all fellas, man.
Yes, sir.
True
yes,
love
sir.
is sitting in this room, you hear me?
Yes, sir.
Man.
Yes, sir.
Yes, indeed. Yes,
It's been
indeed.
a long time coming, man.
Absolutely.
We coming from the terrace, whereas violence and real drugs is going down.
Mm-hmm.
We got out to the short north, still to this day has some of the most coldest athletes.
Names.
We can name them
Hey,
now.
look,
Yeah.
If you start saying Kai,
Yeah.
T-Frame,
Yeah.
West, you know what I'm saying, Woody,
Stars.
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, they really they was known for like sports when we get out there, you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
And that's when the years start forming around. Now it's becoming the Short North Posse, you know what I'm saying?
Mm.
And that's because the terrorists came.
Because the terrorists came to the Short North.
Oh.
You know what I'm saying? And when the terrorists came to the Short North, you know, they call themselves trying to do what they want to do. You know what I'm saying? But we from the terrorists.
Right.
That's our family, you know. But we like, nah, ain't none of this jumping off. You know what I'm saying? And my cousin, D. Russ.
Yeah.
Okay, yep. We
D.
know
Russ
D.
is really from the terrorists, you know what I'm saying? And then, you know, he was running the terrorists and stuff like that back then.
Okay,
So
okay.
he moves to the Short North. And now, you know what I'm saying?
Short North Posse.
Now, they had Detroit boys out there. They had Indiana, Jamaicans out there. And so now it's like it's forming like, nah, this is ours. You know what I'm saying? And it was a family thing, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
And that's when the Short really began at that time, you know what I'm saying? And it's not nothing to glorify now that we got older and understand it was manipulation or something I could say that, you know what I'm saying, what we thought. Once again, go back to when we like 11, 12 years old, we didn't think we was doing nothing wrong. You feel what I'm saying? These just like everything is survival mode. Everything's in survival mode. We finally got our own place. You know, so we 15 years old, got our own first apartment
Wow. In the short.
in the Short.
Okay.
Yeah, in the Short.
So you and Parquet got your own first apartment and your mom followed y'all.
Yeah. Yeah. And she
Okay.
stayed down the street from us.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. We got our first apartment. And this is the funny thing how we got this apartment. You know what I'm saying? This girl was living in there. And we told her to leave all her furniture, everything, and gave her $5,000.
Wow.
Yeah, like leave your beds, everything here. Here go $5,000. This is our apartment now and stuff.
Wow.
So it was like our first time. Me and my brother really had
our own room.
our own rooms. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And so, yeah, I really like, man, you put that into perspective because, man, for a lot of people, I mean, even, you know, listening, watching, man, that's not the case. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
they had their own room young and you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So to hear that, like, man, you could be excited at 15, you know what I mean? To be like, I'm my own room.
Yeah.
And to find that, you know what I mean, it just shows you, you know what I mean, the level of struggle that they really had to navigate through.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And a lot of times, like you said, it ain't to glorify it, but people will really only focus on that. If somebody say West, if somebody say Parquet, well, what you hear is usually the flash,
Yeah.
the money.
Yeah.
Don't nobody, you know what I mean? This is the story we hearing
Yeah.
is what they ain't.
Yeah.
You know, nobody
ain't
don't ever
hearing.
talk about. Nobody never hear about, like, it's just, oh, you was the man.
Yeah.
He had that bag.
Yeah.
But you don't know what he went,
what we
through,
went through.
for real.
Yeah. Because you sort of become like, you know, icons in the eyes of the streets. And these kids, man, they don't even live your lifestyle, wasn't born in poverty, didn't have to do what y'all did, but they want that, what y'all got. You know, that y'all got that stuff out of the mud and doing some things y'all probably shouldn't be doing. But now you got people that ain't even grow up like y'all.
Yeah.
And they trying to live that lifestyle.
Yeah. And not to mention, you know, I skip over it, you know what I'm saying, and having a child at 14 years old. You know what I'm saying? I had my first son when I was 14 years old. So it's not, I'm taking care of my brothers and sisters. And now I got a son that I'm taking care of.
Wow.
And I don't want to say that's what made me even go more harder, but I understand I had more responsibilities. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing about me. I never ran from none of my responsibilities in life. You know what I'm saying? And I never blamed nobody. You know what I'm saying? I know it was a hard struggle, but I never blamed nobody.
See what I love about this story, man. Especially
I want to say we never blame nobody. You know what I'm saying? Because there's no I without my brother, and there's no without him, there's no me. You know what I'm saying? Definitely.
Especially now. I mean, obviously, you're telling the story. You're older, navigated through it, emotionally can control, but I love the narrative though that, man, y'all wasn't hustling to just try to get flash and cars and chains and you know what I mean? And we're not condoning the hustle, right? We and they'll understand that even more when we transition to where y'all are now. But I love that it's, another picture can get painted, man. It's not that y'all was glorifying drug dealing or, man, y'all was trying to eat.
Yes.
Sleep somewhere.
Eat shelter.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like, you know what I mean? And I think too many times when we talk about young black kids, it's always that, they chasing money and the cars and the girls and the chains. And for real, man, some of these kids, there is no, we can talk about it all day long, but wasn't no mentor at the door. There was nobody there, or your paths could have been different. You see what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
But no, I did it because what else? I didn't live in Polaris. I didn't live in Upper Arlington, West, where I lived. And the only resources available was this. And I went down that road. You know what I mean? So I love the fact, man, that narrative gets shifted, man. And people can really hear the truth. Every black kid selling drugs ain't selling drugs because they want a chain.
Right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I just want a bowl of cereal.
Absolutely.
And a sandwich. You know what I mean?
Sure.
I just want a blanket and a bed. Yeah. So, you know what I mean? I love that, that part of the story, man, and that narrative being created.
And, that's why I don't really look at the youth now. I don't call them at-risk youth because it really put like a negative connotation on them.
Yeah.
So I really like to call them marginalized, under-resourced youth. So now it's back on the government. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So when you was doing these things, did y'all see anything in the system and how it could have helped you? And, if things was different.
Yeah, absolutely. And touch back on what you said, like, I don't like to call them at risk youth. I like to say we the one that's at risk and not loving them and supporting them. So we the ones at risk.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? But, now I'm 15, 16 years old. I'm heavy in the game. And, I could talk on it. I spent, the 15 years on it and stuff. Now I'm,
You said you heavy in the game.
Yeah, I'm real heavy in the game to the point that, not my brother, but me, I'm going back and forth to New York, getting slabs or whatever they want to call it, you know what I'm saying? And coming back and stuff. And I ended up getting caught with like a half a brick when I was like 16 years old. Or 15. I was 15? 15. I was 15 years old.
And you was 15 going back and forth to New York?
I'm going back and forth.
How would you get there?
I was driving myself.
Driving yourself at 15 to New York?
Yeah.
This ain't the GPS, the phone. This ain't that era. This
none
the
of that.
tech. When you get to get the whole map out.
Yeah.
So little 15-year-old like this. Over there.
I'm going... send me some people and stuff like that. And I'm going back and forth, you know what I'm saying? And got a fake ID, everything, you know what I'm saying? I'm just driving back and forth and I end up getting caught in this. It's going back to what you saying, like if the system could have helped then at the time. I get sentenced to a year and I go to Tico, I go to Cuyahoga Hill, I go to Maumee, and then I finally come home.
That's after getting caught with a slab.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. I have a slab. Yeah. So now I come home. Now, this where you saying, does the system help you?
Yeah.
There's nothing in there inside there to help me. Only thing was in there to help me was the people that I grew up with. And you know, I go to school.
Yeah.
The kids out here, they go to school, but is it really helping them when they go into school?
Right.
It's a daycare.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So you really guys, so I'm looking at now that I'm older to be able to tell this. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, absolutely.
So when I come home, I'm coming back home to the same environment I stayed away for a year from. So when I come home, what's the first thing? You know, people get more recognized and congratulations when you go to prison.
It's a badge of honor.
Then kids is graduating.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? So I come home, it's like, what's up, man? Yeah. A person only gonna do that for so long. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So now, what I gotta do? You return back to what you did to get you in jail. You feel what I'm
Going
saying?
back to the streets.
You're going right back to the streets. And that's how majority of these kids, even right now with JIC, they getting out 2025. They're same way how we grew up. There's no mother in the house, or now, if their mother is in the house, the father is out there on drugs. Now they facing a higher. Their parents might be on fentanyl. You know what I'm saying? Our parents had to deal with being on crack cocaine. So now these kids getting out doing time and stuff, they going back to what they know. You know what I'm saying? So when I get out, I go back to what I know.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But what I did not know was when I'm getting out, the feds is already investigating the Short North Posse. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
And
Okay.
so when I'm coming out, my brother, he's young. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Like everybody thinking he's younger than me, you know what I'm saying? So we get back out and you know, like he's out. I'm in there. He's still taking care of my brothers and sisters still had a responsibility to take care of. But he just think it's his norm. My brother said, we doing this, you know what I'm saying? So I come back home. Now the Short North is like with a name, like real name, you know what I'm saying? We 16 years old. Like I said, I'm going to Papa Jack's.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because I got money.
Yeah.
I'm pulling up with Acras. I'm pulling up with drop top IROCs, you know what I'm saying? All type of stuff. You feel what I'm saying? And people looking at me like I'm older and stuff, you know what I'm saying? Right. And my brother, he's going to Neon, Flyers, whatever, you know what I'm saying, during that time. They looking at he's older because he pulling up in his whips and stuff, you feel what I'm saying? But violence is going on outside of the Short North is getting accused of, or on High Street. Every time it was a fight out there, and he had to be nobody for
Short North.
Short North. You know what I'm saying?
Sure.
And he had to be nobody for the Short North.
Yeah.
It's Short North.
Right.
And this is the most funny thing, you know, so I got to touch on. Even like people leaving the flyers and everything. It was a store in the Short North called Kelly's.
Yeah, everybody right there.
It was a store, but we had people in the whole city saying, I'm about to get ready to go to Club Kelly's. and Kelly's wasn't nothing but a corner store. But everybody in the city wanted to be there in the Short North because that was like the heart of the Short North 4th and 11. You know what I'm saying? So
wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy, man.
So now you done did a year.
Right.
While he was gone, you felt, you know what I mean, Parker, you felt, was it like, I know you said you just picked up kind of where he left off. Like, did you feel pressure to do that? Or was it just like, man, he's gone, I'm the next man up, and you know, I'm just gonna hold it down until my big bro come back home?
Yeah, 100%. That's step up, do what you gotta do, because it was happening before he left. Just continue us doing what we was doing, you know. Yep.
And then you come home, man, the Short North, what changed from the time you left? You come back a year later, but like you said, now that name though is ringing bells. Like, what made that name? Like, what shifted from like, oh, it's the Short North or something we started to where like, man, I don't care, north, south, east, west, every side of town knew exactly, like that rang bells. What shifted?
No, we ain't start the Short. We just came in. It was already the Short North. Posse already.
Oh, okay.
It was already Tommy Franklin, like he said, T. Frank, Woody, and all the other cats were on there,
Fridge,
Fridge,
Truck.
they was already the short.
Okay,
North.
they
already
already
short.
was called the Short
Yeah,
North Posse.
They just got violent when the
when the
terrorists came.
terrorists
Oh,
moved
got
over
you.
there,
Yeah.
And
and then you take them names like a D. Russ
like
and those different
They put
individuals.
this in then.
It got a little wild
that's,
here.
that's like D. Russ, how he end up becoming almost like the kingpin of the
Yeah.
Short North, as far as the label they gave him. But he was from the Winter Terrors. He ain't like half of them dudes in the Short North, but still got labeled as a Short North.
Man, that's what I was wondering. How did they all get along?
They didn't.
They
They
man,
did.
listen here, you know, everybody didn't get along.
okay,
Everybody didn't
okay.
get along.
When it was time to ride,
but when it was time to
everybody got
ride,
along.
somebody
It's like
outside,
family.
It's
outside
like family here, bro,
yeah.
man. They tripping. Let's ride.
Yeah.
Okay.
But
Okay.
these 5 hung with these 5. They hung over here. These 10 hung over here. These 15 hung over there. These 20 might stayed in this circle. We was
Okay.
all in the same hood, but everybody was clicked up doing their own thing. But we was all in the same
Yeah.
Oh,
And then
okay.
it was like streets was broken up. Like 4th Street, everybody can hustle on.
Mm-hmm.
But then you can't go on 7 and hustle.
Can't go on 4th and 8th.
You can't go on 4th and 8th. You can't go on this, you know what I'm saying? Because those,
I went everywhere.
but
Everywhere.
I
yeah.
went everywhere.
So it wasn't
How
like,
did you get the pass? How did you get the pass?
Being the youngest
Being
nigga out
the
there.
youngest.
Okay,
I'm like,
okay.
look, man, that's a little old man. Let him do what he want to do. Cool. I'm gonna eat it up too. You feel me? I'm gonna eat it up.
Okay, okay.
yeah.
Man. So Wes, man, you said you got heavy. You 17, 16 years old, driving yourself back and forth
Yeah.
to New York. You know, you doing with your thing, you doing your thing and all of that. Now, boom, you get in some trouble. You know, talk to us about that. Like, you know, what did you get sentenced with, and then how did Parquet feel about that now that you know, losing your brother to the system?
And the story of how you, because it's crazy.
Yeah.
I don't even know if you know it. He shared it with me off air, but man, the story of like you turning yourself in, son being born. Like
Yeah, he
the
told me
whole-
about that.
Okay, yeah.
So, you know, I'm 18 years old, and I never forget this. I'm laying in my house, and I stay in Westerville, by the way, at this time. You know what I'm saying? At this back in there. And I'm laying in the bed, me and my girl, then the girl I was kicking it with at that time. News come on. And I'm sitting there laying in the bed looking at the news and stuff, and they was like, the Short North Posse is getting arrested. Yeah, the most notorious gang and stuff. And I'm watching the news, and I was like, man, yeah, I told them, little dumbass,
Yeah.
get out the streets. You know what I'm saying? But I'm looking at it like I'm getting out the street because I ain't on the block no more. I'm going back and forth, drop, boom, you know?
Yeah, yeah.
And then next thing you know, I see at large Wesley Moore.
Oh,
I was
my
like, what?
goodness. You saw your name.
That's how you.
No,
you,
my name in my picture. You know what I'm saying? I see my name in the picture. I said, what? You know what I'm saying? I took him through the Mokocho at the TV. You know what I'm saying? I was like, what the heck? You know what I'm saying? And I called my brother. I was like, bro, man, the feds is looking for me, you know? And that was a life-changing. My son is about to be born. Well, my son do be born, you know what I'm saying? Then at the time, and I'm out. They inside there and stuff, but I had to make sure my brother was straight. You know, everybody was straight before I turned myself in and stuff, you know? And I go turn myself in and stuff, and you know, it was one of the most hardest thing because I thought I'm going in and I'm coming right back out. But I go in at 18 years old and come back home 33 years old.
Man.
And once again, my childhood kicked back in at me at 18 years old. When I'm 6 or 7 years old, survival mode kicked in.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, you know, you 18 years old, now I'm around with people with life sentence, 30 years and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? And then spending 15 years watching my kids grow up from prison. I wasn't nothing but a kid myself going to prison, you know what I'm saying? Had my first son at 14 years old, then I'm going to jail at 18 years old. Now, my son become a reflection of me. My son go to jail Remember I tell you when the first time I go to jail, go through the year and stuff, he's 14. My son have his baby, 14 years old. So the cycle and the tradition is repeating itself. You feel what I'm saying? So now I'm in there, he's out there.
Wow. Well, as we transition to now, you incarcerated, and you Parquet lose you to the system. Parquet, talk to us about how that made you feel that he was incarcerated now, and Wes, I want to hear what went on in those years while you was incarcerated, and I want to hear what you were into while he was incarcerated. I don't even know if Parquet, you remember this, man, but I remember I was in college, and I was at Akron University. I'm in college, so I'm playing football and I'm doing things, and I called Parquet. Do you remember this, man? I called you like, man, Parquet, I need a couple of dollars.
I remember.
You remember that?
I remember.
I'm like, man, Parquet, man, I need a couple of dollars. I'm up here, man, and I'm struggling. So I called him for some dollars, man. It's crazy, man. I just remembered that like 2 weeks ago. It was crazy, man. But talk to us a little bit about that, man. Then we can go back to that, man.
Just touching bases on what you was talking about when bro went to jail, when the feds actually picked him up. I was devastating. You know what I'm saying? Because it's only me and him taking care of all our siblings. So when they go and when he go, I'm like, yo, man, this is crazy. The world is really against us. But at the same time, I was like, now it's time to step it up.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I say about like a year go by, and I'm thinking they're gonna come home. This is the feds got them. I'm used to hearing people deal with the state. This federal stuff is new to the neighborhood.
Okay.
So I'm like, oh man, he'll be home soon. He'll be home soon.
Ooh.
Case come by, year by, go by. Now it's time for sentencing now. Oh, he got what? 18 years for what? He was never even out here.
Wow.
So now they get my change of thought. I gotta get the heck up out the hood.
Yeah.
I gotta get the heck up out of here, because if I stay here, they coming back to get the rest of us. So, me, I got on the first plane smoking and went to California. 15 years old, ain't know nobody.
What?
Went straight to Palmsdale, California. Yeah, I ain't know nobody. I thought they was coming to get me. After they got him, they gave us time. I said, oh, they gonna come back and get me now.
Wow.
Hopped on the plane, stayed down there for a while, figured out life, and ended up coming back down here. And when I came back, what else do I know? The short north. Went back to the hood, turned it up, got lucky, and left.
Wow.
And the beauty of that, while I'm locked up, this is the funniest thing, because my brother was the first one to, bro, let's go buy a house.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Okay. Let's go buy a house. So we was 15, 16 years old, which we got the house on Joyce.
Joyce and Hudson.
2290 Joyce and Hudson. So I ain't really talk much to my brother when I was in jail, but my brother always made sure I was straight. I didn't like to talk on the phone because the feds got me. So now I want to stay away from phones and stuff.
Right.
So it'd be to the point to, like, I'm doing the 15 years of time, he'd tell people tell my brother to call home. You know what I'm saying? Because, I was cool, you know what I'm saying? But I want to touch on this because my brother always had a strong business mind. And his mind was never to be hustling. You know what I'm saying? It's because, like, our goal was to get our brothers and sisters, get a house, get our brothers and sisters, and we just live as a family. That's all.
To get ahead.
Just to get ahead. That's it. And he got off heavily into real estate, and I used to hear it when I'm in jail, like, brother got a house there, and he building this stuff. He always been building all his life, you know what I'm saying? Him and my other brothers building floors. They start building clubhouses then, you know what I'm saying? So everybody know they had the best clubhouse, building out of cardboard boxes and all that type of stuff, you know? So I just wanted to say that, because that was something when I came home, what I was introduced to something different. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Something different. It wasn't, I came home and it was like, here, bro, here go the bag. Or, bro, here go the drugs. It wasn't that. He gave me an opportunity to stay out on these streets and be a father, be a grandfather, be an uncle, be a brother. You know what I'm saying? So when he came home, hey, bro, this is what we doing right here. We remodeling homes. We gonna buy them and flip them. This what we doing and stuff. You know what I'm saying? So I had a positive outweigh. Look what he was already building when I was inside the jail. But go ahead, bro. Wow. I just wanted to touch on that, though.
That's a blessing. It's a blessing. Man, so man, Wes, 18 years, man.
15
years.
I was sentenced to 20 years. I was sentenced 15 years for drugs and 20 years for a gun. And I never had an agent say he felt like I was armed. So that's a 924C under the federal law. So they can felt like you was armed. You know what I'm saying? But I ain't never brandished. Yeah. I ain't never brandished or displayed.
Like you had.
So never got caught with no drugs.
Never got caught with no drugs. It was always heard word of mouth.
That's it.
Yo, he hitting me off. He doing this. He doing this. But I never been caught with no drugs, no guns, none of that type of stuff. You know what I'm saying? But I start understanding and start self-educating myself in jail. Start learning about the laws. That's why I start saying 924C. Then start understanding they hit us with a conspiracy, 21841 conspiracy, knowingly and unknowingly committing a crime. I was really actually the only one. That's how I was just showing you on the Short North case. I was charged with 21846. You know what that is? Attempt to conspire.
Wow.
You know, attempt to is
that kingpin or
nah?
No, that's attempt.
That's just
like
attempt.
I might do it.
I might do it. You know what I'm saying? So
he got 18 years for.
I might do it.
Well,
so I get So, but I get this time, and you know, now at this age, it was the best thing ever happened to me, though. You know what I'm saying? At first, when I went in there, I was mad about all the statements was written against me. People said, it's one person, man, said I was giving him bricks daily. And then I was only giving you this, you know what I'm saying? But, and then there was some people like, I never was scared about doing the time. Never was scared about doing the time and stuff. I just wasn't gonna tell on nobody. That was my whole. I didn't care. I was looking at it like, I'm 18 years old. I'm coming home. I just wasn't gonna tell. I wasn't gonna tell on nobody. I wasn't gonna put nobody and take them away for their family and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying?